Sorry to keep you waiting. Please, have a seat.
We appreciate your cooperation in coming down here today.
Reason would I ask?
Perhaps you needed cash fast.
You both stated earlier that you were being blackmailed.
Did I?
Yes, Mrs. Barrington.
I don't remember making that statement.
I don't either.
Nor did we sign any papers to that effect.
Would you swear to your denials in a court, ladies?
Now, wait a minute. You're going too fast. You're going from this office to a court of law.
Would you mind answering the question?
Well, of course. I have to deny it. Blackmail never occurred.
And what if I told you that Leo indicates otherwise?
Are you going to take his word against ours? Really, Mr. District Attorney.
That's insulting.
You think that's insulting? Wait until we go to trial, and I promise you we will go to trial. You both can be subpoenaed as hostile witnesses if need be. You'll be put on the witness stand under oath, and I will do everything within my power to refresh your memory on every detail, and you will answer under the law governing perjury. Is that clear enough?
Yes, quite clear. And so is this. There's no way you can force us to recall something if we say we don't. Is that correct?
As far as I'm concerned, this interview is over.
You mean we can leave now?
Yes.
Thank you. Come along, Sylvia.
The door.
Oh, those two infuriate me.
Yeah, they weren't very cooperative, were they?
By agreement, obviously. They got together and decided on the silent treatment.
Obviously, it succeeded.
It is infuriating. It's a conspiracy of silence, which makes me wonder who else is in on it.
Guess who's leaving town? Who? Leo. I just heard Lorena offered to lend him some money. She's going to her office to get it.
Well, thank you, Josh.
Sure.
Going somewhere?
Yeah, but that's not your problem.
Perhaps not. But you certainly have a problem.
Oh, do I?
Definitely. No matter where you go, you know, my husband is clever enough to find you.
Oh, well, that really scares me.
It should.
Well, then, maybe you'll be scared about this. If your husband is so smart, let's just hope that he can get you off the hook for murder.
Keep you waiting?
No, not especially.
Well, I knew you wanted an early dinner, so I hurried.
Fine.
Where would you like to go? The Rib, maybe? Someplace like that?
Doesn't matter.
No, I suppose it doesn't. Shall I stop all of this?
Stop what?
Pretending like nothing's wrong when I know that it is. And
Holly.
don't say it. I know I'm living on borrowed time at the moment.
Yes, yeah, you are.
Is it worse than I think?
The DA is determined to go through with this blackmail issue. As soon as that coroner's report arrives, there's no more stalling.
When's it due?
I just had a call a few moments ago. It'll be on my desk tomorrow.
This is it then, isn't it?
Yes.
Even if they find another drug in Beatrice's body, Doesn't change the fact that I already gave her one.
No.
And therefore I'm directly implicated in her murder.
Yes.
Robert,
What?
help me, help me.
Look, you know I will. You know that.
No, I mean, tell me what to do. I thought I could handle this on my own. I thought I could get by just by bluffing or something. I thought that there would be a break. There wasn't going to be one, though, was there?
I'm afraid not.
Do you know what you're saying?
Up until now, I'd held out some hope.
Now we don't have any more time.
No.
That's it, then. I'm going to go to the DA tomorrow and make a full confession.
I wanted to delay it for a while.
We've already talked about that.
If only there was some other way.
Well, there isn't. This morning, I'm going to go over to the DA's office and confess my part in Beatrice's murder.
Holly.
There's no choice anymore. I have to.
Look, just wait until the coroner's final report is in.
You said it was going to be in today.
Hopefully.
Well, then there's no point in putting it off any longer.
We don't know what's going to be in that report.
It doesn't make any difference. Even if they find a new drug in Beatrice's body, it doesn't change what I have to do.
I don't like jumping the gun.
Robert, I should have stepped forward 4 weeks ago.
Damn it, you're my wife and you might go to prison.
Well, then why prolong the agony? We already know the worst. Let's get it over and done with.
Do you know how much I love you?
I think so.
You're the most important person in my life. The only person.
Robert, look at me.
I can't. I feel like I'm betraying you.
You're not. I brought this on myself.
When I think about losing you.
Robert, please look at me.
Do you know what this is doing to me?
Yes, I do.
You're so gutsy about it. Me, I'm a nervous wreck. It's just like a trip to the dentist for you.
Well, it's not a firing squad either, though, is it?
That's exactly what it could be.
Robert, I've made up my mind. I'm ready. And right now, I need your strength so badly.
I'll be there for you. All the way through it.
I know.
I'll find a way out of this. I promise you.
Oh, Robert. Holly, I didn't expect you.
I guess we should have warned you. I was hoping we could talk.
Sure, of course. Whatever you want to discuss. Have a seat.
this is, very difficult.
Is that coroner's report in yet?
Well, 5 minutes ago, they said that they were sending one to your office. Well,
I hadn't had a chance to check in, may I?
sure, go ahead.
It says here they found a new drug.
The 5th, in addition to the 4 already found.
I was right then.
Please don't rub it in. I'm sure it comes as no surprise to you that your husband is a very wary person. As much as I hate to admit it, sometimes his excessive caution drives me absolutely crazy.
I believe you called it foot drag,
Did I say that?
among other things.
Well, depends on what hat you're wearing, what you know, when you know it. Everybody has their own vantage point.
Yeah, where were we?
The coroner's report.
Oh, the coroner said that this new drug is definitely a contributing factor to death. So he's going to run some tests on it and see exactly where it fits in.
That gives us more time then.
I'm afraid so.
Well, I guess we'll just have to wait.
If I could interrupt.
Please.
Holly,
Not going to make any difference, you know. I might as well say my piece.
Excuse me. Hello? Yes, he is. Sure. Hold on. It's Captain Ramsey.
Yes, Bert, look, this is a kind of an important meeting. What? No. No, I'll get right on it. Yeah, thank you. We've got to go. There's been some sort of a disaster in a city hall. We've got to meet at General Hospital. We'll talk to you later.
Sure.
I can't give you an accurate count of the victims, but there must be at least 100.
Where are you putting them?
Wherever we can find space. Every OR is in use and every doctor's been called in.
What's this to do with a mix-up with the ambulance?
Yes, they're sending everybody to General Hospital instead of splitting up with Mercy.
Give me a phone. We'll sit there.
Right over here.
I'm going to stay here and see if I can...
Good, thank you.
Somebody help us. Well, they say he's going to be all right.
Well, I get to get you involved in local politics.
Come on, lady. All right, Mr. Phillips, we're moving out into the corridor now.
Okay, we go along. I'd like to go
Stay out of the way.
Right. All right. I have men checking into the situation. I just don't have any answers.
Well, that's the least of our problems right now. The man.
Sir, thank you very much. Commissioner, can you tell us what's happening here? What do you understand?
We're battling to keep things under control.
Well, Commissioner, it seems to be you're losing the battle. Come on, guys, let's go look for something. Thank you.
You all right?
Yes, I just wanted you to know that as soon as this is over, we're going right back to the DA's office so I can deliver my confession.
But I want more police down here for crowd control. On the double.
Commissioner Scorpio, excuse me 1 second. Have you heard any news from the accident site?
The fire's been contained and all the injured evacuated.
Thank you very much, Commissioner.
Come in. I understand there was quite a mess down there.
Yes, and there were no fatalities.
Tell me about Lee. Is he going to be all right?
He was going into surgery as we left.
There will be lawsuits.
I've got to establish the cause first. The preliminary report seems to indicate a gas main, but I guess that's up to the fire department.
Well, I'll tell you one thing about those guys down there. When they get on it, they'll come up with some answers fast.
Less choices to make, though, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. Unlike solving death by mysterious circumstances. Ever want to be a fireman, Robert?
Life could be simpler.
Yeah, unless, of course, your wife turns out to be a mad arsonist.
There's a thought.
I think we should pick up where we left off. Not that I'm making light of the City Hall explosion, of course.
All I know is a nasty business.
I believe we were talking about our own nasty business.
Yes, you were about to tell me something.
I have some information on Beatrice's death. I work at the spa, you know, and, well, I was pretty close to Beatrice.
Did she tell you something?
Not exactly. She found out something about me. Well, I suppose what I'm trying to say is that...
Excuse me, sir. You said you wanted to see this the moment it came in.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Excuse me, Holly, but this is that final autopsy report I was waiting for. Do you mind if I scan it?
Well, actually, what I was going to tell you...
She doesn't
relates
mind
to
waiting,
that-
no.
Okay.
What is it?
See for yourself.
What do you know?
What is it?
According to the final autopsy report, Beatrice did not die of a drug overdose.
Well, what was the cause of death?
Allergic reaction to one of the drugs administered.
The heart medication.
The last one uncovered.
So, you mean none of the sedatives?
Had anything to do with it?
That's right. Now we're looking for the one who administered the heart medication.
Incredible.
Now, Holly, you were saying.
Oh, it was nothing anyway. Obviously, you've got more important things in your mind anyway. We can talk later.
I'll get started on the new investigation first thing in the morning.
Well, let me know how it goes.
You'll be the first. Come on, darling.
Thank you very much for your time. We'll talk later.
Mm-hmm.
Goodbye.
Bye.
I told you to wait. I told you something would come along.
You know, I almost feel disappointed.
Please.
I know, it sounds weird, doesn't it?
Downright bizarre. Unless, of course, you're after a job opportunity in the state pen.
No, I don't know how I feel. It's just that, well, what I went through, preparing myself to face the penalty for my crimes.
You sound like some hard-done actress who's just been cheated from the role of a lifetime.
Maybe.
Forgive me, but you were totally miscast.
Meaning what?
Well, miscast in this particular drama. You see, I see you as more the mischief maker type. However, it doesn't mean to say I condone the mischief you were making in the massage room.
Do you have any idea how I worked myself up to this confession?
And then
It was agony.
blessed relief came your way, huh?
Did you think it was going to work out like this?
I hoped for a miracle. I really wasn't sure what, but I figured that the longer they took with the autopsy report, the better our chances.
I promise I'll never get in trouble again.
Well, at least don't ask for it.
Well, I wouldn't do that. I've had enough.
However, if you ever feel tempted, you will tell me about it, won't you?
If I'm ever tempted, I will tell you about it, yes.
I was so close to losing you.
Yes, you were.
I don't know what I would have done.
Oh, you'd have found some other girl.
Never.
That's what they all say.
All right, now listen carefully. Because you're not going to hear this again for quite a while.
I'm all ears.
Holly Scorpio, I love you.
And I love you. You know, though, there is one problem.
What's that?
You're going to have to start your investigation all over again.
Yeah. Somebody slipped her that drug. It wasn't one of her own.
Could have been any one of your current suspects, or it could have been somebody new.
Maybe.
I wonder who.
So do I, but we'll wonder about it some other time. Oh, come here.
So nice of you to drive me to work.
I just can't stand to have you out of my sight even for a minute.
Yeah, well, you were something else last night, you know.
Oh, that was nothing. You wait till tonight.
It's good to see you getting back on top of things again.
I feel like a weight has been lifted off me now. I know it's not my fault that Beatrice died.
Yeah, you went through a lot there.
Well, it wasn't exactly fun for you either.
Holly, you got to promise me something. That you will never hold anything back again.
Didn't last night or this morning.
Yeah, well, I've got to get back to work.
I think I might stick around.
I thought you'd be sick of the sight of the place.
No, on the contrary, now that I'm off the hook, this place has taken on its old charm again.
Holly?
I can't help it, Robert. I'm intrigued. Who do you think Beatrice's murderer really is?
Holly, my darling.
Yes, my sweet?
You know that I think you're wonderful and gorgeous and delectable and super-duper you beaut.
Yes.
And I'd do anything in the world for you.
Yes.
And you'd do anything in the world for me.
Well, depends what it is.
Yes. Well, anyway, love is a two-way street.
What are you driving at?
I will do the jokes.
What do you want?
Can't you guess?
What, me, silly little female without a thought in her head, second-guessing a big, intelligent, strong man like you?
I see it's back to the male chauvinist pig bit, is it?
Well, I just got a feeling you're about to act like one.
Holly, I do not want you getting involved in my investigation of Beatrice's death.
But I'm a very good detective. You know that.
Yeah, but it gets you into a lot of trouble. It's hardly been 24 hours since you almost took up residency in the state pen.
Yeah, but I got off, Ed.
Even a cat has only 9 lives.
Look, I don't have to hang around headquarters. You could use my talents in a more informal way.
I do.
Not that. No, I meant the people at the spa figure very prominently in your investigation, right?
So?
Well, so, I could help. I know them all very well.
Especially Leo.
That's not fair.
Look, I do not want you getting involved in Lord knows what kind of trouble.
Who says I would?
I says.
Could cut down your workload a lot.
Rest easy. There's not much more work to do on this case.
Oh, you're working on something new?
That new drug we found in Beatrice. It's a rare one. It's not prescribed to many people.
Oh, so what are you going to do?
Check which of my suspects had access to it. Bert's running them through the computer now.
Oh, computers are so dull. Detective work's much more interesting when it uses a human element.
Yeah, well, this human's got to do some work.
Well, I'm off to the spa.
Oh, yes, the spa. You know, the one part of this whole misadventure which really galls me is the fact that I've got nothing on that sleazebag Leo. I would dearly love to nail him for something.
Well, you never know. Something may show up. Bye.
For one, I'm grateful. It's one drug beyond a doubt now.
Yeah. Murder by committee would have been a circus.
Considering our various suspects, if this thing ever does go to trial, it's still going to be a media event. I mean, first-degree murder makes bigger headlines than involuntary manslaughter.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't think of that. It's now just one charge, right?
But with your multiple suspects theory, we couldn't have proved Beatrice's murder was deliberate anyway. Now, with one specific drug, makes it a whole new ballgame.
One drug. Beatrice allergic to it. And if someone knew she was allergic to it and could die from it and gave it to her deliberately.
That's premeditated. And the charge is murder one.
Oh, good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. It's the man I want to see.
Oh, what's up?
I want you to track down local distribution of this new drug.
Same as last time? Hospitals, pharmacies, private citizens?
Well, we don't have to dig quite that deep.
No?
Why, are you onto something, Robert?
My main suspects always were the Quartermains, so let's just narrow it down to them, huh?
You want me to do a check on Alan, Edward, and Monica?
See who had access to that drug.
I'll get right on it.
Things looking up, huh?
Who knows? By the end of the day, we may even have our murderer.
You look sensational.
I feel sensational.
It's really great to have you back at work. I missed you.
It's good to be back.
You seem happier.
Well, life has suddenly taken a turn for the better.
Yeah?
Oh, wait, hold that post.
Oh, don't.
Oh, just one?
No, I'd rather you didn't.
Well, that's for my album. I got pictures of all my friends.
Just keep a good thought of the time, lasts a lot longer.
You don't like to have your picture taken?
I'm a little adverse to it lately, especially once taken here at the spa.
Why?
Doesn't matter, forget it. It's a nice camera, rather expensive looking.
Yeah, Leo gave it to me.
Leo?
Said he didn't have any use for it anymore.
That's interesting.
Yeah, isn't it? I always thought he didn't like me.
May I have a look at it?
Sure. It's practically brand new. There's nothing wrong with it.
Well, there's a mark on it, too.
Where? Oh, probably had something attached to it. A tripod with a motor drive.
Do you mind if I borrow this for a while?
Oh, sure. You want to take some pictures?
No, I'm more interested in how they were taken.
No, I haven't got it yet. So send it in, will you? And have you seen Bert? Ah, good. Thanks.
Here it is.
Ah, you traced the new drug?
Thoroughly. Here, you can take a look for yourself. Nothing came up that connects it with Alan, Edward, or Monica.
Damn it. I'd have sworn there'd be a tie in there.
I thought so, too.
So much for that.
Not quite. Let me tell you something. Just for the heck of it, I put another name through that computer, just in case.
And?
I came up with something. It may surprise you. Stop and think. There is one Quartermain that we have completely overlooked. Lila.
That's the name that came up?
That's right. That drug was prescribed for her heart condition.
What do you know?
Which means the drug was in the house. Which means that all the other Quartermains had access to it.
Not to mention Lila.
Oh, come on now. You don't suspect Lila. Come on, Robert.
Why not? I mean, she had as much motive as anybody for wanting to see Beatrice snuffed out.
You have a point there. Well, what do we do next?
Confront the Quartermains. The whole lot of them. Good evening.
Robert, what are you doing here?
I need to talk to you all.
Mother, why don't you go upstairs and lie down?
Please, I'd like her to stay.
There's no reason for my wife to be involved in this.
Oh, nonsense, dear. Please, I'm so intrigued by the whole process. Please go on, Robert.
Well, what's this all about?
Well, I have some questions for you all, and I'd appreciate some straight answers.
What are you inferring, that we lied to you before?
Well, let's face it, there's been more than a spot of evasion on everyone's part throughout this case.
All right, let's get on with it. What's it all about?
A new drug was found in Beatrice's system.
What kind of drug?
A deadly one, you know, to her anyway. It was what ultimately killed her.
On top of all the other drugs you made.
No. We've isolated this one drug as being the cause of her death.
You mean that one person did it instead of several, as you've been saying?
That's right. And that one person can be charged with first-degree murder.
Leo, don't.
Hey, I know you want me. I've seen the way you look at me.
Well, don't you think you should finish the massage first?
Why, and waste all the time we've got?
My muscles still feel very tense.
Well, let me take care of that.
How clever of you, Leo. How very clever.
Thank you. Never could keep your nose out of my business, could you?
And with very good reason. Is this how you trap your prey?
As you said, Clever.
But not clever enough.
I was doing very nicely till you started snooping around here.
And now I have all the proof I need.
Who appointed you guardian of morals around here?
Morals? You don't even know the meaning of the word.
All I was doing was providing a service.
Yes, a very expensive one.
Yeah, they could afford it. How'd you find the camera?
Oh, Josh lent it to me. Pretty stupid of you to give it to him.
That's what generosity gets you. Hand it over.
Sorry. Evidence.
I'll take care of the evidence, thank you. And then I'll take care of you.
You leave me alone.
I've had it up to here with you, Holly. And now you're gonna pay.
You're in enough trouble already without harming me.
Oh, I don't think so. On the contrary. I'm finished with you. I'm in no trouble at all.
My husband will be very interested to hear that, and I'm expecting him any minute now.
Well, why have you come here to tell us this?
I want you to know what you're all up against.
What do you mean what we're up against? I thought you said you'd narrowed it down to one person.
This affects you all.
Why don't you just tell us what it is?
Well, as you well know, you've been very high on my list of suspects.
Yeah, you've made that very clear.
I also knew about Lila's ultimatum. Either Beatrice goes, or she goes.
Was the only proper attitude that I could take, Robert.
I know that, Lila. But I also know about the Bible page and the fact that Lila had never gotten a divorce.
Did you also know that Beatrice was using it to blackmail us?
Yes.
I don't mean to speak ill of the dead, Robert, but she was a horrible woman.
She was also your husband's former mistress.
Why are you bringing all this up?
Because I want to establish straight off that there was no love lost between Lila or Beatrice.
Why does my mother figure so heavily in this conversation?
Because it was Lila's heart medicine that killed Beatrice.
That's absurd. My mother doesn't even take that medicine anymore.
That's not true.
Don't you say another
No.
word, Lila, not till I get the lawyer.
No, Edward. I'm not afraid of Robert's questions. It's quite true, Robert. I do take heart medicine every day.
Lila, I'm sorry to
No,
say.
it was not Lila.
Well, be quiet.
Lila did not do it. I did. I gave her Lila's heart medication. I killed Beatrice. Arrest me.
When I know you're not going to hurt me.
That wasn't a request, Holly. I want it, and I want it now.
First, tell me why it's so important.
I thought you'd figured that out already.
I was interrupted.
You're pretty bold for somebody in such dire straits.
What have I got to lose?
Unless you give me the camera. Everything.
I already told you Robert's on his way over to pick me up right now.
Yeah, and the cavalry's just on the other side of the hill.
You don't frighten me.
Then why are you shaking?
I'm not.
Not so fast.
You've got the camera.
That's right, and I'll get rid of it soon. Unfortunately, though, the camera isn't the only thing that needs getting rid of.
Oh, Edward, no, you don't mean it.
I'm sorry, but yes, I'm the one who killed her. I'm the one who killed Beatrice.
Mother!
What are you going to do to me?
I'm not sure yet.
I'll keep what I find out to myself.
What did you find out?
You know perfectly well.
Photography's a common hobby.
Yes, but most people don't practice it from behind mirrors.
Oh, I take it you don't subscribe to the whatever turns you on theory.
You're right, I don't. But I'm willing to forget this little episode.
You know, I wish I could trust you, Holly. But alas, I can't.
Why not?
Because there's nothing to prevent you from going to Robert on this.
But you've got the camera.
Yeah, but you know all about it. All about it.
Yeah, but maybe he doesn't care.
Yeah, maybe the Rothschilds don't have money. He's a cop, Holly. He may not look like one dressed up in those suits in that fancy apartment. He could almost pass for a human being.
I refuse to listen to anything.
You're not going anywhere until I tell you to.
If you do anything to me, Robert will have you behind bars so fast you won't know what hit you.
Yeah, but he's got to catch me first.
He will, and when he does,
What would you have me do? What would you have me do, Holly? You know too much already.
All you have to do is just leave it alone.
Leave it alone? What about you? All you have to do is leave it alone, but no, you have to keep spying, lurking, snooping about it. Whatever happens to you, you brought on yourself, Holly.
I don't care, all right? I was just curious, mildly curious.
Liar!
I don't intend to do it. It's the truth.
You're a liar!
It's the truth.
You just want to use it as evidence against me. First the camera, then the mirror. You won't be happy until you're testifying against me in court.
I don't care, really. I just want to put it all behind me.
Yeah, then why did you sneak in here and steal the camera?
I
Why?
already told you that.
Curiosity, don't make me laugh.
I'll do or not do whatever you want. Just please let me go.
How many times do I have to tell you I can't do that?
Please!
No!
What's going on here?
Josh, you're trying to hurt me!
Put out. Leo. Oh. One word and this gets out. One word and it's all over for you. You understand? They'll be wiping the floor with you.
You're all right. Maybe I should call a doctor.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
She's resting still, Miss Wood.
She'll be all right.
Yeah, in a few minutes.
Well, maybe I should go upstairs.
We need you here more, Monica. Stay here. Edward, I hope you realize what you're doing by confessing like this. If you gave Beatrice Lila's heart medication knowing it could kill her, you can be charged with first-degree murder.
Yeah, I'm well aware of that.
You should have told us, Father.
We might have been able to do something to help, Edward.
Monica, there's no way in the world we can undo our mistakes. Eventually, they all catch up with us.
There's no way in this world that I believe you gave her that drug knowing it would kill her.
That is premeditation. You yourself said you weren't that desperate.
Well, perhaps I wasn't thinking.
I'll say.
Edward, are you admitting that you wish to do Beatrice harm?
Yes, sir, I am.
Father.
Look, we would like a lawyer here. No more questions until Edward is protected.
Monica, I can speak for myself. A lawyer will not be necessary.
It's your right.
I waive the right.
He's lost his mind.
Look, I hated Beatrice. There's no secret about that. I mean, her medical lawsuit, her constant embarrassment of Lila. I just wanted her out of the way, quickly and permanently.
I don't believe this.
Come on, read me my rights or whatever it is you fellows do. I'm ready to face my punishment.
All right, we'll do this by the book. Edward Quatermain, I'm arresting you for the murder of Beatrice Lucilla. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
It's nothing serious. Please, nothing I can't handle. I guess I really messed up.
What are you talking about?
Leo. He's not so tough. I should have been able to handle him. It was a lucky punch, I guess.
Are you kidding? You came in at just the right time. If you hadn't have come in right then, I tried to think what would have happened.
Why was he after you?
Never mind.
Well, do you have something on him?
You don't want to get involved, Josh.
Wait, I just got my stomach shoved up into my throat. If that doesn't make me involved.
I found some things out.
Yeah, the camera. Did you see the way he grabbed it? That must have been what he was after. Or is it what you're after?
It was proof.
Of what?
Of what he's up to. Please, I don't want to talk about it.
Look, he took the camera with him.
I know.
Well, do you have anything else on him? Holly, look, I want to help. I can see you're in trouble. You're over your head.
It's over your head, too, Josh.
Well, what if we team up?
Please, I don't want to talk about it. I made a mistake. I let it get personal.
What?
Something that Leo did to me. I was trying to get revenge. The camera was evidence. It was just a vendetta.
You're just going to forget about it.
I should have done that a long time ago. What's important now is Robert's case, finding out who killed Beatrice.
After Leo's little act, I'd put money on him.
It's not his style. Terror tactics, yes, but murder, no.
Well, thanks for the water.
Do you want to rest here for a while?
No, I got to get to the studio. There's a chance I can perform tonight. Throat will let me.
Any trouble, officers?
Nothing we can't handle.
Anything all right, Edward?
Oh, yeah, it's almost as much fun as getting a driver's license. Well, now I suppose it's time for the official questioning. I don't see your rubber hose, Commissioner.
If you recall, when I read you your rights, I said you could have a lawyer present.
Well, my attorneys get very large fees. Are you sure that's absolutely necessary?
I usually recommend it in cases as serious as this.
Look, you already have my confession. I don't know what more we have to talk about.
Your statement was made in informal surroundings. You're going to have to reiterate it again just for the record. Also, any other pertinent details which may be proof of the allegations.
I suppose there'll be witnesses present, other people to take it all down.
And type it, after which you'll be asked to sign it.
Yeah, just like at the office.
I really think you should have a lawyer here, Edward.
I've told you before it is not necessary. Unless, of course, you plan to ask me some questions of a very tricky nature.
All right. I'll give you a sneak preview. How did you know that Beatrice was allergic to that drug, the one that killed her?
Well, you know, with 2 doctors in the family, all those hospital tests of Beatrice at the hospital, full knowledge of hospital procedure, any clever man could have figured it out.
Which apparently you did.
I'm an extremely clever man, Scorpio, as you're going to find out when we start playing 20 questions.
Take this man to his cell.
Should he get the usual shower and denims?
The works. I want no favors shown.
Wait, well, no, wait.
You heard him. Let's go, Quartermain.
Listen to me, young man. Either you let me in, or I shall go over your head.
This is a surprise.
Oh, Robert, thank God. At last, a familiar face.
Commissioner, Mrs. Quartermain just wants to see Mr. Quartermain, and this man, this guard, just won't let us pass.
Well, I've tried to explain the rules, sir.
I'm his wife, Robert. Surely you make exceptions for wives.
Usually they don't.
Oh, I just don't understand. I find this all quite unacceptable. All I want to do is see my husband. And, well, by the way that you're all acting, I don't even know that he's all right.
He's fine.
Oh, well, then why can't you go see him?
Please, Robert, please.
All right. We'll have him brought up to one of the interrogation rooms.
No. That won't do at all. I wish to see him in his cell.
I don't think that's such a good idea.
Why not? Is it that dreadful? I do hope that it's a single they've given him because, well, I want him to have some privacy for the dinner I bought him.
I believe it's a single.
Yes, sir, it is. No room in the tank.
Lucky him.
I'm waiting.
Okay, but Stella will have to stay here.
Oh, fine. Jails hold no appeal to me.
Shall we go?
Well, first I'm going to have to check through these bags.
Well, please do. You'll find that I've brought nothing illegal.
We got here. We got a sweater, a gown, we've got a change of underwear, we've got socks, a manicure kit. Here's the problem.
What?
The nail file. It's going to have to stay behind.
Well, you don't think he'd, like they do in the movies, saw his way out?
Well, we don't take any chances here, Lila. I've got a picnic basket here. Well, pate, Cornish game hen, croissant, grapes, and a thermos of very dry martinis. And a bottle of fume walk.
And the corkscrew is the kind that you don't need a screw for.
Harmless enough.
There, I just remembered. I didn't bring any ice or an ice bucket, and Edward hates his wine warm, and, oh, I did want everything to be special.
That's all right. I'll just send one of the officers down to that little place on the corner to get some ice, see what they've got anyway. All right?
Okay, sir. You're the boss.
All right.
You know, he was very uncivil to us.
Well, I apologize for that, Lila. I expect he was just doing his job.
Well, don't worry. I have no intention of filing any complaints.
Thank you.
Anyway, Edward will only be here this one night. You know, he didn't kill that woman, Robert, and I'm sure as soon as his lawyer turns up tomorrow, everything will be worked out.
Certainly hope so.
He's innocent, Robert. I'm positive of it.
If that's the case, Lila, why did he confess?
No, he has his own good reasons.
You don't know them?
Robert, patience. All will be revealed in his own good time.
Bit of a chill in the air.
Yeah, fall's on the way, I guess.
Might even rain tonight.
How'd it go?
Hey, what go?
The day, of course.
All the day. All the day went fine. What's for dinner?
Omelets.
Sounds good.
Any more progress on the Beatrice murder case?
Lots of progress. Killer confessed.
You're joking.
Nope.
Well, who is it?
Edward Quartermain.
Edward?
Before you go getting excited, I was in on something. Despite his confession, I don't think he did it. Matter of fact, I'm sure he didn't.
Well, then why would
He's
he?
up to something.
How do you know?
Oh, it's the way he's acting. All this cooperation. As if the whole thing's a great big game and the joke's on us. No. I'm sure he didn't do it. But he knows something.
So he could be covering for somebody.
Possibility.
Which means that the case still isn't solved.
Looks that way.
You know, I was thinking, the nature of the drug that was used to kill Beatrice, that makes the crime murder one now, doesn't it?
Only if the killer knew she was allergic to the drug.
Now, how many people would have access to that information?
Lots. Too many, in fact. What's that?
What?
Bruise.
Oh, I had a little run-in.
With whom?
You promised not to get mad.
I'm mad already. Who did that to you?
It was my fault. I did something very silly today, but before I tell you have to promise not to get mad.
I don't have to tell you, you could have got yourself into serious trouble.
Yeah, I did.
Someday you won't be quite so lucky.
I realize now it was a mistake.
Well, at least you're okay.
The worst thing is that I lost the camera.
There'll be other ways to trap him. All things considered, I'm not sure the camera would have made much difference anyway.
I should have been smarter.
Me too.
What do you mean?
Well, the truth were known, I could have been a little sharper today.
The Quartermain affair?
If I'd been thinking, I would have used a little more finesse.
It seems to me you didn't have much choice.
Should have called Lila in privately.
So you think Edward is covering for her?
Yes, of course he did it. She's the only other suspect.
Well, I suppose she does fit the bill. I mean, it was her heart medication. She was at the spa party.
Question is motive.
Edward's former mistress?
Not a good reason for murder.
Something else, then?
You remember my mentioning that Bible page, the one that Jimmy Lee had and then lost?
Yes, something to do with the Quartermain inheritance.
That page proves that Lila was married to Tolliver. Now, as there's no record of a divorce, it means that Tracy and Alan are legitimate.
And unable to participate in the inheritance, but that doesn't affect Lila.
She gave the ultimatum. Get rid of her.
Will she do it for them?
Maybe she did.
You know, you're right. You should have talked to Lila alone. That's the advice I would have given you anyway if you talked to me about it.
Maybe I should have.
I think we'd make good partners on a case like this.
Not just cases.
You mean...
All good teamwork starts in the bedroom.
Oh, is that a fact?
Cross my heart.
Well, I can't say I'd be adverse to the idea.
Adverse? You better be downright enthusiastic.
Well, that'll be up to you.
Ah, still got a trick or two up my sleeve.
Well, I bet you do.
First, I think we start with the shower.
No. This is all about finishing.
Then?
Then when we take the phone off the hook.
All right.
All right.
All right. Evan.
Morning.
Morning.
You awake?
Not yet.
I can't open my eyes yet.
Neither can I.
I'll keep them closed.
I can't see you that way, though.
Yeah, how's that?
You're coming into focus.
Keep that up. Don't.
Oh, I gotta.
No, don't.
Judy. Could be using Edward Quartermain's confession.
Proof that he killed Beatrice?
Well, I'll find out in a minute. Scorpio. Yeah. Well, yeah, that presents a whole new picture. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Robert, what is it?
Interesting.
Well, who was it?
Coroner.
Bad news?
Well, I'm not sure. It's certainly provocative.
Well, aren't you going to give me a hint?
All you want's a hint?
I don't usually get even that.
Well, look at the pout on his little face.
It's true.
Okay, well, I'm in an expansive mood today. I'll let you know. Besides, if I don't, you'll only pester me or go and figure it out for yourself.
Well, finally, he's catching on. So, what is it?
The coroner has determined how long it took Beatrice to die from that drug.
The heart medication.
Right. 3 minutes.
She died within 3 minutes of taking it?
Right. You thinking what I'm thinking?
Probably. If she died within 3 minutes of taking it, then whoever it was who gave it to her was probably still fairly close by when she died.
Meaning that if Edward were the guilty party, he would have had to have been at her side 3 minutes before she died of the drug.
All of a sudden, the time element is very important.
Vital. Now we have to find out where our suspects were during that 3 minutes.
You could call them in separately and ask them.
You go for that plan?
No, it's too time-consuming.
Also lacks the element of surprise.
What's necessary here is to get them all together, but not let them know what's going on.
Have them position themselves exactly as they were at the time of Beatrice's demise.
In other words, recreate the murder scene.
Exactly. I'm going to get right on it.
Wait, hold on a second. Aren't I involved in this?
What, as a suspect? Come on, you little minx. You'd do anything for a thrill, wouldn't you?
Be serious.
Well, you've already had the best part of it. Up to and listening to that phone call and the conception of my brilliant plan.
Our plan?
Right, and you shall be given suitable credit upon publication of my best-selling memoirs.
Not posthumously, I hope.
I shall start work the day after my retirement.
Well, I can't wait that long. Am I going to go or not?
Well, I don't know. Ramsey might not like it. I mean, it's his job to be at my side.
Well, you have two sides, both of which, incidentally, are maddening, but I would like to be beside one of them.
So you'd like position of, say, observer without credentials?
Who said anything about credentials? As a matter of fact,
I'm
though,
sorry
I'm
I
not
asked.
Well, yes or no? Can I go with you?
Oh, why not? Two brilliant sleuths are better than one.
He's learning. He is learning.
Really think this is going to work?
Well, it does in Agatha Christie.
Let's leave her out of it. Frankly, Bert, I don't know, but it's worth a shot. And remember, no mention of the 3-minute factor.
Gotcha.
We all set?
Well, everybody I called said they'd be here.
I can't wait to get started.
Let's not be too eager. We don't want them to suspect we're up to something.
Well, they're going to know anyway.
Remember, cool is the rule.
When are you going to tell us what this is all about, Commissioner?
All in good time.
Do you think you could ask Josh to keep all the patrons away from the pool area, please?
I can do that.
I want you here.
Josh,
Hey, what's up?
could you keep the clientele away from the pool area for a while?
Sure. Why?
Because I said so.
Right.
I
hope this won't take long, Commissioner. I have a very busy afternoon.
Then I'm happy you could arrive here on time.
Well, the question is, on time for what?
All will be revealed when the Quartermains arrive.
Is this going to be like the last time you got us all together?
I knew this was about Beatrice. I thought you already had your killer, Edward Quartermain.
Speaking of the Quartermains, here they are now.
Oh, well. Isn't this a happy-looking group?
Now that we're all here,
Yes, precisely why are we here, Robert?
well, in due time.
What the devil is this all about?
Just be patient.
Oh, Robert, really, my husband has suffered enough indignities already.
Watch what you say, Lila.
If you'll all follow me, please.
Please, folks, this way.
Well, now what tricks are they up to?
Watch.
Thank you. Now, if I could have your attention, please.
You've had that, Robert, since we walked in here. Yes, when are we going to get some sort of an explanation?
Soon. Bert, bring up the wheelchair, please.
Excuse me, honey.
This is ghoulish.
Be quiet.
Right, let's all go back to the night of Beatrice's murder. Imagine for a moment that I am Beatrice LeSueur, and together we're all going to reenact the events leading up to her death. So then you put down Lila's medication next to Beatrice.
I put it right there.
Did you see that, Lila?
I didn't see anything. I was too busy arguing with Beatrice.
All right, listen to me carefully, all of you. Try to pinpoint the exact moment that you entered the pool area and saw Lila, Beatrice, and Stella. Now, who did that?
I did.
So did I.
Well, we all rushed in when we heard Beatrice and Lila arguing.
Yeah, Beatrice was shouting her head off.
That's right. I remember Mrs. Quartermain saying, "That's a lie."
In reference to what, Lila?
Most likely to her entire conversation.
All right, where did you three go when you came in?
I was over there. I
Could you show me, please? All right, now who can recall coming in here and finding them in these exact spots?
I don't know.
Well, that's when we rushed in, Sylvia.
Oh, right, because of the shouting.
Yes.
Well, come over here and stand where you stood that night, please.
I was here.
What about you two?
Well, Leo and I rushed in after everyone else.
Yeah, that's right.
You sure?
Yes, now that everyone's here, I remember it quite distinctly, don't you, Leo?
Absolutely. By the time we ran in, all these other people were already here.
And what happened when you entered the pool area?
Oh, let me see.
You told everybody to keep their voices down, remember?
That's right. There was a lot of shouting going on.
Right. Then stand exactly where you stood that night. All right, now, is everybody sure that they're standing in the exact same spot at the time that we're recreating here? The time of Beatrice's death. I want you to be positive. We can all just pick it up from there, please.
Robert, you will let me know when you want me to take these pictures?
Sure, Bert, any minute.
I got a bad feeling about
Right.
this.
Yeah, that makes two of us.
Edward's supposed to be the one Scorpio thinks is guilty.
If we could all go back to our original positions, please.
We're here.
Right.
Commissioner, why is Holly sitting over there?
Robert and I didn't arrive until after Beatrice collapsed.
Oh, I see. Then only those of us being photographed are suspects. Is that right, Commissioner?
Right, Mrs. Barrington.
that's fantastic.
Edward, what are you doing?
Well, I just remembered. I think I was standing over here.
Oh, but that's not true, Edward.
What do you know?
Yes, Mrs. Barrington, what do you know?
Well, I specifically remembered rushing in and coming up to Edward.
Well, how can you be so sure?
Well, because we had words together.
What words?
Well, I asked Edward what was going on, and he replied that it was a family matter.
And then what happened?
Well, Beatrice responded by saying the more the merrier, and Edward just sort of threw up his hands as if in disgust and walked away.
Where did you walk to?
Well, who can remember? That was ages ago.
It's important that you do.
Okay, well, I think I was somewhere over
Please
here.
show me.
Robert, if they're all in position, now when...
Go for it, Bert, as many as you possibly can.
Right.
Now, wait just a moment. I think we're all entitled to some kind of an explanation of what these shenanigans are all about.
You're going to find out soon enough. Just as soon as I see what develops.